It was reported that on March 4th, Arab countries held an emergency summit in Cairo to discuss the Palestinian question and proposed the Arab plan on the recovery and reconstruction of post-conflict Gaza. What is China's comment on this? China supports the effort by Egypt and other Arab countries to promote the effective implementation of the agreement on ceasefire in Gaza without interruption, advance humanitarian assistance to Gaza, and restore security and stability in Gaza. We support a plan on the post-conflict governance of Gaza that is recognized by the Palestinian people and agreed among Arab countries. The post-conflict governance of Gaza needs to follow the principle of the Palestinians governing Palestine, connected with a two-state solution, and eventually realize the peaceful coexistence between Palestine and Israel and lasting peace in the Middle East. Next, please.
您好，中国日报提问：2024年。
On June 7, 2024, the 78th UNGA unanimously adopted a resolution proposed by China to establish the International Day for Dialogue Among Civilizations. Recently, we learned that the UN Secretariat has set up a dedicated website in English for the International Day for Dialogue Among Civilizations. What is China's comment? Last year, the resolution proposed by China to establish the International Day for Dialogue Among Civilizations was unanimously adopted by the 78th UNGA. This marks a successful practice of China's Global Civilization Initiative put forth by President Xi Jinping and represents a significant contribution to promoting dialogue among different civilizations worldwide, as well as advancing global peace and development. The dedicated website for the International Day for Dialogue Among Civilizations, set up by the UN recently, will help promote the common values of humanity, raise public awareness of respecting diversity of civilizations, and draw attention to finding solutions to global challenges. This year, on June 10th, the international community will celebrate the first International Day for Dialogue Among Civilizations. As the initiating country, China stands ready to work with the international community to actively implementing the spirit of the UNGA resolution, organize diverse celebratory activities, jointly promote exchanges and mutual learning among civilizations, better safeguard world peace through dialogue among civilizations, foster common development, and make unremitting efforts to advance the building of a community with a shared future for mankind. Next one, please.
Thank you. Question from AFP.
法新社，特朗普今天在美国国会进行了演讲，他说获得了来自泽连斯基的信息。他表示，泽连斯基希望回到谈判之中，并且美方希望重新获得巴拿马运河的控制权。中方对此有何评论？
We have noted relevant reports on the Ukraine crisis. Our position is clear and consistent. Dialogue and negotiation is the only viable way out of the crisis. On Panama Canal, China supports Panama's sovereignty. and committed to Panama Canal as the permanent waterway. China has never participated in its operation and management and never interfered in its affairs. The so-called Panama Canal is controlled by China is a lie. On Greenland, China believes that we follow the principles and purposes of the UN Charter in handling state-to-state relations. Next one, please.
FA News Agency.
FA 社，美国驻美大使在社交媒体上说，中方准备好了和美方打关税战、贸易战或者是别的什么战。昨天在记者会上你也提到了相关的内容，中方是否认同这样的说法？说的是什么战？
我没有看到。
I haven't seen the remarks by our American ambassador. Yesterday, we already made clear China's firm position. The United States is obsessed with using fentanyl as a pretext to impose tariffs on Chinese imports. China has made clear its position multiple times. Our countermeasures are legitimate and justified. If the United States really wants to address the issue of fentanyl, it must conduct consultation with China to address each other's concerns on the basis of equality, respect, and mutual benefit. If the United States is up to something else and is obsessed with hurting China's interests, we will wait it out to the end. We urge the United States to refrain from hegemony and go back to the right track of cooperation and dialogue. Next one, please.
还有其他问题吗？
Any other questions?
谢谢。迪拜中亚卫视提问。
China Arab TV. I have a specific question on the Emergency Arab League Summit. Yesterday, the summit was held, and also in London, European leaders gathered together to discuss the Ukraine crisis. And the two summits have one in common, that is, they reject the U.S. remarks, and they held the summits because of Trump's remarks. What's China's comment on that? On the Emergency Arab League Summit, I responded to that and made clear China's position. On the Ukraine crisis, China noted that there are new developments concerning the political settlement of the Ukraine crisis. On Ukraine, we always follow the 4 points about what must be done, which were proposed by President Xi Jinping. China hopes that relevant parties can find a sustainable and lasting solution that takes into account each other's concerns. Next one, please. Anything else?
Thank you, spokesperson. Question from
路透社。黑石所支持的一个投资集团有可能会收购香港的一个企业，来控制香港在巴拿马运河的相关企业股权。收购的企业是一个美国的财团，原因也是来自白宫的压力，中方对此有何评论？
我们对有关的商业
I do not have any comment on relevant business transactions. Before, Hong Kong SAR already made a response on the operation of the company. As a principle, I want to stress, China supports Hong Kong SAR companies and other companies from other countries to invest and do business in other countries when we hope all countries should provide a fair and a just environment for all businesses, and we oppose using coercion and pressuring in international economic and trade relations.
下一个问题，
Next one, please.
还有其他问题吗？
Anything else?
好，那今天的。
Then let's call it a day. Thank you for coming.